Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We back again, man. And it's time for the Tuesday banger. It's time for the Tuesday banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Tuesday banger. And I got one. That's a lock. I keep a banger. But like I always say before I start my videos, I have no problem delivering this content, making sure everybody that's at work, everybody that's being productive, everybody that's getting to the bag the legit way, y'all got something to listen to in y'all Bluetooth while y'all working. I also have no problem making sure I tell y'all and warn y'all about how dangerous prison is. I have no problem doing these things. I just need y'all to do one thing. Just stay out the way, man. That's all I need you to do, man. And you should want to stay out the way. You should want to. Why wouldn't you not want to stay out the way, man? People think they be staying out the way and still doing stuff, and they just be still saying, I'm staying out the way, when you still head first in the crime. Bro, you're not staying out the way if you're breaking the law. You're not staying out the way if you're throwing rocks at the jail. You are not staying out the way, man. Get that out your head, man. When you staying out the way, man, you don't have to look over your shoulder, man. You're not worrying about the cops behind you. You're not worrying about these people looking. You're not worrying about none of that stuff, man, because you have no drama. You're going to always be on point, but you're going to be free, man. You're going to be free within yourself, man. When you're on the streets, man, you got so much stuff to look after and look towards and watch your back this way. It's a lot going on, man. So I want y'all to stay out the way the right way, not the wrong way, man. When you say you staying out the way, you are staying out the way, and that's what I want y'all to do, man, from here on out. Period. But y'all already know what it is. Like I just told y'all, this the Tuesday banger game. So you already know what I need y'all to do, right? Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Couldn't Run From His Past. Couldn't, man. Be crazy, man. Like, y'all already know I have stories like this already, man, but it's a lot of them, man. Like, I have seen it a lot of times, man. Like, you know, when you get locked up, you think you're leaving all your troubles from the street behind. Yeah, you know, you're leaving your family behind, but you're not leaving all your troubles. All your troubles is not over, especially if you were someone outside active and doing things that you did in the past that you might not think is going to catch up to you, man. Usually in prison, somehow it catches up to you. All the time. It always happens, man. I have seen karma come back plenty of times, man, on dudes locked up, and they come back knocking on that door, man, looking them right in the eyeball when they open it up, man. So I have seen it a lot of times, y'all. You got to understand, what goes around comes around, man. What's in the dark will always come to light. However you want to put it, it's not going to be peaches and cream, man, when karma comes knocking, man. So with that being said, we are on Sussex 2 for this one, y'all. We on Sussex 2 for this one right here, man. And I can remember being in 4C. And I can remember when I was in 4C, y'all, man, this is a time not too long ago. I was in 4D. Now I'm in the pod right beside it. You know what I mean? I know the building like the back of my hand. The COs know me. The lieutenants know me. I'm one of them dudes that's just been running around Sussex for a while now. I got 5 years under my belt. So I'm moving around like crazy on Sussex. Maybe 4 years and change around this time. But for the most part, man, I'm cooling in this pod at the time, man. I had a cool roommate. He was a cool dude. Me and him got along good. The only thing I would have to object about when it came to his lifestyle or his personality or whatever you want to call it is that he didn't have a TV, man. Like, and he was a dude, my roommate, that didn't care about having a TV, but he never be in the room. And when I locked down, he would watch. What I'm watching was majority is going to be sports, movies, stuff like that. So we was all right. And I didn't really want to lose this dude, man. But my homeboy was in a cell with somebody. I couldn't get him in the room. So I just went on and rocked with this dude. He ended up going to the hole for some BS, man. Something over a tray in the chow hall, man. They say somebody beat the deuce. We call beating the deuce stealing another tray in Virginia, man, prison. But he went to jail for basically beating the deuce, man. They said he beat the deuce. The dude seen him, man. He came back, asked him for the tray back in the chow hall. My roommate bucked. All I know is after they came back from chow, I'm in the cell because I didn't go to chow, man. The police came up there and they told me pack my roommate's stuff. So my roommate is out of there. So this is probably about me being in 4C probably within a month and a half. I'm like a month and a half into the block. So once my roommate was gone, I ride dolo for like a day. You know what I mean? Y'all already know how I go from the stores. You never ride dolo long unless you're blessed. But I wasn't blessed to be riding dolo that long. So next thing you know, they bringing somebody in the pod. I look up, I hear everybody hit the noise. I look, I see a kind of tall dude. He ain't too tall, but he a little taller than me. You know what I mean? He probably like a little older than me or probably like my age. I couldn't guess it, but I know he coming to my room. So I'm standing over by my man's cell on the bottom tier, and he got to go upstairs to my cell. I'm sleeping in cell 28. So I'm watching him go up the steps, but I'm not up there. I'm just watching. I'm trying to see who it is first. So everybody looking at me, everybody looking at him. He coming to pod. You know what I mean? I see he don't really know a lot of dudes off the top, but he head straight up the steps and he went to 28. I busted the right, went up the steps the opposite way. So I'm coming down. The police we kind of meet at the same time. So he's standing at the door. They open the door. I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, oh, this your room? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, man, what's up, man? Path. I'm like, oh, all right, Weezy, bro. You know what I mean? I dapped him up. You know what I mean? He didn't look green. He didn't look like a foolish type of guy. He didn't look like somebody that, you know, I probably went and want in my room. You know what I mean? But this prison, you got to kind of like watch for everything. So I'm watching for everything. But off first impression, he didn't come across as somebody like that. And I seen him unloading the TV out his stuff. So he got a TV, all of that. So he come in the cell. He start unpacking his stuff. You know what I mean? He getting everything right. So I gave him some time, you know what I mean? The door closed, he in there getting his stuff right. So when it was time for cell break, I seen him come to the door. I look, I was like, you trying to come out? He like, yeah. So I get him out. I get the door pop, he come out. So he walked down the steps. He was like, yo, he was like, ain't nobody in here from Northern Virginia. You know what I mean? So then is when I kind of heard his accent slightly, because Northern Virginia dudes, y'all might not agree, but when I was in there, y'all kind of sound like DC dudes, you know what I mean? Slightly, but it's a separation. I know it's definitely a separation, but you kind of sound like them slightly, but I hear him talking, so okay, all right, he's not from Tidewater, he's not from Richmond, so he got to be from the Northern Virginia, DC area. So he asked me, I was like, nah, it's a dude in here from DC, and I was like, it's another dude in here. I don't know if he's from Northern Virginia or not, but I think, because I'm thinking he was from DC. So I told him who it was, so he came down the steps, he had his bowl, his cup, you know what I mean? It's probably like after lunch, kind of like when he came in, you know what I mean? So he's saying he just came in from another camp, but they put him in the hole because they had no space. And that happens sometimes. When there's no space, sometimes they'll put you in a hole till a sale come up, but you will still have your property. That's the only thing. So that's how he came in straight with his property. You know what I mean? So he come downstairs, you know what I mean? I see him spot one of the dudes. He start talking to him, you know what I mean? So everything was good though. He scoped the pod out like he's supposed to. He did all the right things. Like I say, he's not coming across like no lame to me. So we all right about that. My homeboy's pulling up on me like, yo, blah, blah, blah. Like, who dude is? I'm like, I think he from DC or Northern Virginia. I don't know. But he seemed like he all right. You know what I mean? I was like, he said his name, Path. You know what I mean? Everything good. And he was like, all right, that's what it is. So it's time for lockdown, for the 6 o'clock lockdown. We go into sale. You know what I mean? When we go into sale, you know what I mean? I start hollering. I'm like, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I asked him where he was from then. That's when he I'm not going to say where he's from. I'm going to say his nickname, which is Path. But I'm not going to say where he's from in Northern Virginia because I don't want to disturb the victims of this right here, man. But at the end of the day, he was from Northern Virginia. You know what I mean? So he tell me where he was from. You know what I mean? We get to kicking it. He said he only been locked up a couple years. He just got locked. You know what I mean? But now he got a nice old 12 piece, man. They gave him Tom Brady, man. He got Tom Brady. That's what he got. He got a nice 12 piece. So around that time, hearing him say he had 12 getting locked up after me, he probably going home right before me or right when I'm going home. He still got a little bit to do. You know what I mean? So he breaking down everything. You know what I mean? He asked me off the rip who be balling in the pod. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, dudes be balling. Like the whole building, like it's lit outside in the gym. Like, bro, you can ball. Like, you can ball. He was like, yeah, I can ball. Like, when they go outside, bro, I was like, they probably put you on the team if you can hoop. You know what I mean? So they call outside rec when we come out. You know what I mean? We didn't have the basketball court. We had the yard. But I'm seeing bro mingling, talking to his little homies, you know what I mean? Kicking it with his peoples. And a lot of dudes rocking with him. It seemed like he was a cool dude, to be honest with y'all, man. So, like, I'm seeing bro mingling, watching him, you know what I mean? We locked back down. He telling me, like, yo, bro, listen, man. He was like, look, can't nobody fuck with me, man, on this basketball court, man. I was like, man, you saying you can ball? I was like, there's some dudes in here that can ball now. He was like, man, I ball. It was some Richmond dudes in there that can hoop. A couple of Tidewater dudes. Like, it was a lot of dudes that be hooping in penitentiary. So I'm like, yo, bro, like, you say you can hoop, man, but I'm telling you, like, no, I hoop. Bro. He's like, I used to play, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, I ain't make it to college. You know what I mean? So I'm almost there. I got an offer. You know what I mean? He was like, but, you know, like in high school, bro, like I put up numbers, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I did. So I'm like, for real. So I'm like, Lo, so like, how the hell you get locked up? Like, I just be curious. Like, if I come in the cell and start talking about this, you know what I mean? Like, I expect for somebody to ask me these questions too, y'all. So I'm like, yo, bro, so how you get locked up, bro? Like, you know what I mean? He was like, shh. He was like, man, after high school was over with, man, he was like, man, like, for real, like, You know what I mean? He was like, I had a scholarship offer to a team in Maryland, you know what I mean? He was like, but, and I ain't gonna say the team either. He was like, I had a scholarship offer for a team in Maryland, you know what I mean? But he was like, you know, like I got in trouble, you know what I mean? He was like, once I got in trouble, you know what I mean? That kind of messed me up. So I just started working after that. He said when he got in trouble the first time, you know what I mean? He had just turned 18. So he graduated. So once that happened, he got in trouble. He didn't get a chance to go to school, you know what I mean? So he said he started working, you know what I mean? He said after he started working, he saw that wasn't enough, you know what I mean? He got tangled up with the wrong crew. They robbing stuff. He said they robbed somebody, man. He got the 12 ball, you know what I mean? So he broke everything down, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I didn't want to say that's crazy, but like, you know, somebody that had major hoop dreams, you know, I never had a roommate like that. I seen this on TV, you know what I mean? But this is a dude telling me he had major hoop dreams and it never could come true, man, because he wanted to be a hoodlum, y'all. So boom. Now, I ain't gonna say all that and I ain't gonna judge him because we don't know. I didn't know, you know what I mean, what his crime was, the first crime that messed up his schooling, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, stuff happens. And now he's my roommate. And now he has Tom Brady. So now he has a bit to do. So I'm basically just running down everything to how it is in the pod. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I'm asking him, like, you smoke weed? He was like, he ain't gonna smoke yet. He told me he smoked weed because I smoke weed. So he told me he wasn't gonna smoke yet because he want to see how they do the dirty urines and stuff. I said, bro, listen, they come through and, you know what I mean, give a urine tests out sometime. I was like, but for the most part, bro, everybody's smoking on this jump. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let you know. So he won't tripping on that. That was another cool thing about him being my cellie. So we finally got outside rec. It was the morning time. You know what I mean? We finally got outside rec. We go to outside rec. We got that basketball court, y'all. I go out there, jump, y'all. This is my word, man. Man, Path was nasty. I ain't even gonna lie. He was left-handed. Man, that man was left-handed, man. And like, he was one of those dudes, like a silent assassin. Like, if I had to measure his game to somebody in the league right now, you know what I mean? Like, he played like Anthony Edwards. That's why I have to compare him to because he was tough. Like, he wasn't one of them dudes, like, he play in the paint, not posting you up. Like, he'll get down there and get rebounds. You know what I mean? He'll shoot the three. You know what I mean? He had a nice mid-range game, and he can go to the rack, and his layup game was exclusive because he was left-handed. So, like, he had an all-around game to me, man. Like, he was just a good player. And I watched him that first morning, like, damn, I'm watching him run up down the court. You know what I mean? He getting at the dude, so everybody start rocking with him. You know what I mean? Like, he could play basketball, so everybody started bracing him. Like, he wasn't in a gang. He wasn't in none of this stuff. Like, he just was a dude that everybody just like, damn, it was like, wow. Like, you know what I mean? That this dude is on our pod. Because it be so much competitive competition when it comes to pod for pod games. You know what I mean? Like, they'll have a building team, a pod team, like an all-star team. Like, Sussex was really into basketball crazy when I first was in there, but it's dudes that can really play. I have ran across a lot of ballers. My roommate was one of them, man. He was one of them, man. I watched him slice and dice. He had a crossover, a three-point shot, rebound. He did everything. He was about a little taller than me at the most, but he could hoop, man. Like, he was all around like a nice guard. He could play the 2 or the 1. You know what I mean? So, little time went on. Man. Path in there. He my celly. We got it. You know what I mean? We cool. We got a good little bond. You know what I mean? He finally started smoking tree. You know what I mean? He come in there, smoke a little tree sometime. I'll bring the tree. You know what I mean? We'll make meals together. We'll kick it. We'll play dominoes in the cell. Like, he was an all right roommate. You know what I mean? No problems from this guy. Don't bring no problems to the cell. Don't really bring a lot of company to the cell. He didn't do none of these things. So I'm definitely rocking with bro. You know what I mean? So Path on the team now. You know what I mean? He as soon as he got on the team, they made him a captain off the rip. You know what I mean? Like, he came in that jump and took another dude's spot. His first game, I go watch the game in the gym. They playing one building, kind of like a lot of old heads that can hoop. Man, this word, man, they brought my roommate in off the bench, man. He came in off the bench and put that work in. He put that work in on them people, man. Like, he was just a great player. You know what I mean? Like, he was all around. They made him a captain. Next thing you know, he got a pass to go to the gym kind of anytime in the daytime, whenever he want to, man. And for the most part, y'all, Path was living good, y'all. So boom. Y'all already know when everything is good, everything comes down. Y'all already know the count, man. But that's just how it is in prison, man. But like, I wasn't expecting everything to go down because when you got a good roommate, you kind of want to, you know what I mean, keep a good roommate. Bro go to commissary. Bro had his own stuff. Like, it's, you know what I mean, cool in your own stuff. It's all right roommate, especially from you from another city. Like, it just makes it better. Like, damn, he ain't even from, we don't even relate for real, but we cool in the cell. You know what I mean? So like, that's how it was with me and Path. You know, so a little bit more time went on, man. And like, you know, the pod started flipping over. Path probably my celly now for like, I'll say 2 months. You know what I mean? It's like 2 months in, you know what I mean? But like, stuff be happening. The pod started flipping over, so they started moving dudes in. So like they'll move dudes in. Once I peep them and see I don't know them or ain't no beef, I stop paying attention to them. So like I have noticed though how the pod has kind of did a 360 slightly, probably within like 10 people. 10 new people in the pod is a lot of people, and a lot of different people in your pod, a lot of unfamiliar faces. So I see dudes and I'm like, oh, he in here now. And I'm seeing dudes like, you know what I mean? So everything's straight. It's two dudes in there that I rock with, you know what I mean? One of them from Norfolk and the other one is from Portsmouth. The one from Norfolk that I talked to, you know what I mean? Like his roommate is a cool old head, you know what I mean? I slept in 28, he slept in 18 under me, you know what I mean? Kind of like under me. So we had like the vent, we can talk through the vent if we wanted to, we was locked down. You know what I mean? Our other homeboy from Portsmouth, he slept in cell 21, all the way kind of like in the back. That's why I was standing there when I seen my roommate come in. So like for real, I had my little crew, you know what I mean? And I used to touch a little bit, I'm doing my thing. But like all these new dudes in the pod, kind of like it's just different. It feels different. Like I don't be knowing what's going on. So they done switched the whole pod up, y'all. The whole pod done switched up a little bit. You know what I mean? Whole pod done switched up. So I'm in the cell one day and shit, and I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I ain't go out the pod. It was just one of them days they popped the doors for Empire Rec, like right before, like, you know, ain't no telling when we gonna go to lunch after 11 o'clock count. But like they'll pop the doors and you come out for rec, then wait till it's time to eat. I just stayed in. You know what I mean? I was stayed in like. Just stayed in and just kept watching Sports Center, you know what I mean? I just watching the jump, you know what I mean? I just stayed, I ain't even get out of bed. My roommate, he get up, he like, you ain't coming out? I'm like, nah. You know what I mean? He put his sneakers on, he put his shirt on, he slid out, you know what I mean? So he out in the pod. So I'm in the cell chilling, you know what I mean? And the dude from Portsmouth, that's my homeboy, I ain't gonna say his name. This is my word, he come to the door. I'm in the jump chilling, I hear knock. I see, I'm like, I come from behind the cut, cause I'm laying down behind the cut in my bed. I'm like, yo! My homeboy face pop up, dude from Portsmouth. He like, man, come out, bro. I'm like, man, I'm chilling, bro. It's time for child. He like, nah, it ain't time for child, but come out, man. Walk some laps, me holler at you. I'm like, man, for what, man? Like, I know he probably want to tell me something, but I'm like, God damn, because bro from P-Town a serious dude. Like, he ain't gonna just blow smoke or just try to get me out of bed randomly like this, because he know I wouldn't do that for him. You don't really want to disturb a dude when he laying down in prison for real, unless you really rock with them. You know what I mean? Dudes hate that when you wake them up and stuff like that. So like, I know he wouldn't be trying to like get me out the cell. So I'm like, I put my feet over, put my flip flops on. I'm like, man, come on, bro, man. He like, man, come on, man. God damn. I was like, man, get the dope pop, man. He went down. I see him go down by the booth. Next thing you know, I door pop. I come out the jump. You know what I mean? I'm like, I just came out dressed for child. You know, I just went on and put everything on because ain't no telling when we're gonna dip. So I come out. I mean, he was like, what's up, man? What's good? I was like, shit. He like, walk with me, man. So we spinning laps. You know what I mean? Kicking it. He like, yeah, man. He was like, yo, man. You know what I mean? And he used to be a blood, but like, he still got the lingo. When I say used to be a blood, he's one of them dudes that like, once his P-Town crew came up there, he kind of stopped rocking with the Bloods because he said his little crew was in the way. So he was one of those dudes that fell back off Blood. And I really respected him for that because he wasn't no repercussions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was a real dude. Like, you know what I mean? He just wasn't feeling his crew no more. He was like, he was done. And he laid that shit out. He was one of the dudes I seen leave it alone early. So that's why I kind of rock with bro, because he was his own man in that type of way that I saw him do. So he like, yo, man, look, you know, my belly. You know what I mean? He like, my belly. He used to say his belly. He don't say his belly. He like, yo, my belly. Yo, my belly, man. You know, I got a new belly and shit. I'm like, for real? I'm like, yeah, who? One of them new dudes? He like, yeah, man. He brought a lot of dudes in. He was like, yeah, but he was like, look, though. He was like, man. He was like, guess where my belly from, though? I'm like, where? He like, man, he from Northern Virginia. I'm like, for real? I'm like, you telling my roommate from Northern Virginia? You might know my roommate. You know what I mean? He like, oh, yeah, he know your roommate. I'm like, for real? I was like, why he ain't talk to him? He said, man, he's scared. He was like, for real? He ain't gonna say nothing to him. You know what I mean? He was like, he don't want to say nothing to him because he's scared. You know what I mean? He was like, goddamn, like, he don't really want his name out there. You know what I mean? And what he told me, what I'm about to tell you, like, he told me, like, make sure, like, you don't repeat it. I'm like, yo, make sure I don't repeat it. I'm like, bro, what did you talk about? He like, nah, like, I know you gonna probably say something because this pertaining to something to you. I was like, something about me? What I do? That's when I get serious. Like, what I do? He like, nah, not you. But look, let me, come on, let's finish spinning. So I'm like, all right, so we finish, because we stopped and talked. So now we finish spinning. We walking laps again. Walking laps again and jump, y'all. He like, look, man. He was like, look, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, bro. I'm like, what? Tell me what, bro? What the hell is you talking about, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the word, bro? Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? He like, man, hey, yo, nigga saying, goddamn, your son, goddamn, you know what I mean? He was, you know, he got down, he was messing with them youngins out there. I'm like, messing with them youngins out there. I'm like, who you talking about? Pav, man, my roommate, you sure? He was like, yes, man, he known, bro. He was like, yeah, he used to hoop for this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he known, bro. He was like, yo, listen. He was like, yo, my belly said he was on the JV team of the team. You know what I mean? Or I don't know if it was a high school joint or this was like some AAU joint. I don't know, more than likely high school, but he said he was on the JV joint. So he was like a little bit up from him. You know what I mean? But he was like, when bro got down, was about to graduate, you know what I mean? He turned 18. What you talking about, my roommate? He said Pav started messing with kind of like the young girls in the joint. You know what I mean? So he was like, when everybody seen him doing it, everybody was like baffled about it. Like, what is bro doing? Like, bro, one of the best ballers, you know what I mean? And then came to the school, like, what is he doing? You know what I mean? Nobody understood what he was doing, man. You know what I mean? But the young boy now, that's in my homeboy from P-Town cell, he remember the whole play because he was there. That's why I told y'all, man, it's hard to run from your past, man. It's hard, man. What's in the dark will always come to light. That's just how it go, man. So like I'm hearing this and I kind of don't know how to take it because like, for real, like I don't really know how to handle this, to be honest with y'all, man, because like, yeah, man, but this true, me and him got a problem. That's for one. Me and him got a serious problem. That's for one. You know what I mean? But for two, like I'm a person of facts, man. Like I don't like just jumping to conclusions off hearsay. Like this is great information that my man from P-Town brought me. He did the right thing by coming back to let me know off top because I would have done the same thing for him. But like, I'm just still trying to figure this out in my head, y'all. Like this is nuts right here, man. This man has told me that my roommate was a Chester, y'all. So boom. Not the Chester game, man. You wildin', man. Not the Chester, bro. Like you messing with the youngins, man. Like you messing with young girls. So he was like, yo, man, we start spending some more. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, look, man. He was like, yo, man, he told me, man, one of the girls was 12 years old and he got locked up for, like, what? 12 years old? I'm like, man, you lying, bro. He was like, man, I'm not, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm telling you, man, like, I'm not lying, bro. He was like, then look. He said he just got up here with a dude that's in 4B. You know what I mean? He said they just got up here. He says a dude that's in 4B, you know what I mean? That's related to one of the young girls. You know what I mean? So he was like, he know too. So like, you know what I mean? He was like, he don't know if dude gonna be trying to, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm hearing all this and I brought with my roommate enough to warn him for trouble. But like, damn, bro, like your rap sheet sounding like real dingy right now, bro. Your rap sheet sounding real dingy right now, bro. You messing with 12-year-old girls, bro. Like you got crazy statutory games. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like as much as I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, y'all won't make sense to me. That's my word. I'm like, bro, this is nuts. So he like, yeah, bro. So it's a dude downstairs they might have smoke with. You know what I mean? He was like, man, I'm telling you, bro, like it's nuts, man. He was like, look, you want to holler at my belly, bro? I'm like, not really, bro, but I thought about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, for real, man. I was like, look, this is what I'm going to do. I said, when we come back from China, I said, I'm going to slide in y'all say you put the cut up like we in there smoking. I said, we going to smoke anyway. I said, but just put the cut up, I'm going to come in y'all joint. Because my man from P-Town, he slept all the way in 21. That's all the way in the back, on the bottom tier. So I'm like, he like, all right. So we eat, we come back. You know what I mean? The whole time I go up there, I put my ID up. My roommate was just coming out of cell. I put my ID up. He like, what's up? You chilling there, Weezy? I'm like, no, I ain't chilling. It was crazy me hiding that joint. Y'all was like, no, I ain't. I'm about to dip out. He was like, what you about to do? I was like, shit, about to shoot down here and smoke with my man. He like, all right. He was like, I'm about to use the bathroom. So he stayed in. I slid. I go downstairs to my man's cell. You know what I mean? I'm in the cell. Goddamn. His roommate was on the top bunk. You know what I mean? He come up the top bunk. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's up, man? What's your name, bro? He tell me his name and shit. I'm like, look, man. I said, man, you trying to tell me my roommate a Chester, bro? You know what I mean? He busts out laughing. He like, yeah, young. He like, yeah, young, yeah. He was like, I was there. He was like, I played ball. He was like, I played ball. He older than me. He said, but we all ball. He was like, he was on the older team. He was like, yeah, man. Like nobody understood how he messed his life up like that, man. Out of nowhere, that man just start chasing the young girls. Like, look. He just straight kirked out. He was like, he kirked out. He was like, he was kirking out there, man. He was like, man, he just went nuts out there. Like, for real, nobody knew why he just made that call. Like, I was like, damn, so like, what happened? He was like, yo, I guess because he was young and he was 18, you know what I mean? He was like, he ain't really get no time, you know what I mean? He was like, he had just got like a smack on the wrist or something, but he did some jail time and like maybe like probably a couple months in prison or wherever he went at. You know what I mean? But he was like, the whole jump messed his career. He was like, now he done came home from that and crashed out. Now he back on this. You know what I mean? He was like, I ain't seen him in a minute. He was like, I ain't seen him in a minute. I wasn't in jail with him or nothing. He must have got locked up in another county. You know what I mean? He was like, but when I came in the pod and I seen him, like, it was just wild seeing him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn. I'm like, that's crazy, man. I'm like, yo, man, like, he ain't tell me all that, man. But like, as I'm smoking, I'm just getting madder. You know what I mean? I'm getting kind of mad at y'all because like, damn, bro, like, I don't want to be in the cell with this type of guy, man. Like, that's my choice. Like, I got the choice not to be in the cell with this type of dude, but you never know these days. You never know what dudes' backgrounds be. You never know what dudes did in the past. You never know, y'all. So I'm feeling real disrespected about this, y'all. So boom, we finished that J. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna holler at bro. We locked down. That's a lot. I'm gonna holler at bro. We locked down. He like, yo, what you wanna do? I'm like, yo, man, he gotta go. That's for one. That's for one. He gotta go. So my homeboy roommate stood up. He was like, yo. And I'm gonna tell you this too. He was like, goddamn, that nigga goddamn Johnny, goddamn, that nigga Johnny downstairs, goddamn. And he was like, he just got up here. And that was his people's, one of them girls, goddamn. And he was like, a whole lot of people wanted him in the jail. He was like, but he checked the PC on the jail. I was like, what? He was like, that's what I heard. He checked in PC in the jail because a lot of dudes wanted his neck in jail. So I'm like, damn, that shit crazy. He was like, once I tell Johnny in the morning, you know what I mean, that this definitely the dude. He was like, he gonna want some beef. I'm letting you know that. So I'm like, man, I ain't gonna do that. He gonna be out of my cell before that. So my roommate, my homeboy, like, yo, man, he gotta go. He gotta go. I'm gonna holler when we locked down. I ain't gonna make no scene, come up there with dudes, none of that. So we go in the cell, you know what I mean? Same routine. I sit on the bed, I'm looking at my TV. He sit on his little box first because he waiting for them to count. Then he gonna jump in the bed. So they come through and count. He hop on the bed. You know what I mean? I sat there and thought about how I'm gonna do this though for real because I gotta be strategic because I don't know how this is gonna turn out. But at the end of the day, bro gotta go. Bro gotta go. So like I was like, I'm gonna time it, you know what I mean? So we locked down. We probably be locked down probably about an hour at the most. So I chill for like 20 minutes. I ain't say nothing after they count. You know what I mean? Sports on. He like, hey bro. I'm like, he like, yeah, goddamn, yeah, niggas balling and shit, goddamn. Like, I'm like, yeah, that nigga all right. He like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. Check the clock. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I stood up. I was like, hey, bro. I hit his bed. He took his headphones. He was like, what's up? I'm like, hey, bro, look, bro, I gotta holler at you, bro. He like, holler at me. What's up? Holler at me. I'm like, nah, get off the bed, bro. He was like, get off the bed. Like he saw kind of like how serious I was when I said get off the bed. I'm like, oh, bro, nah, get off the bed, bro. He like, get off the bed. What you want? What you want, Weezy? What you want? I'm like, man, get off the bed, bro. He got off the bed. He was like, I gotta put my sneakers on. It's like that. I gotta put my sneakers on. I'm like, bro, you can put whatever you want on, bro. You know what I mean? So now I'm standing right up. I'm like, I got my back to the door. He's like by my bed, like, but he's facing me. And my back is to the door. You know what I mean? So he like, man, come on, man. What's up? I'm like, look, you was messing with young girls back in the day? He was like, man, look, bro, I was young, bro. They was about in high school, bro. Like, I was like, nah, bro. Like, was it a 12-year-old? He was like, yeah, she lied about her age. I'm like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, bro, you Chester, bro. You Chester, bro. You a Chester. He was like, hell nah, bro. I was young. Them girls got. I said, nah, bro. Hell no. I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. I said, look, bro. I said, bro, when these doors open, bro, you gotta get the fuck out, bro. Straight up. He was like, what? I said, bro, you gotta get the fuck out. The hell is wrong with you? You gotta get the fuck out of this cell, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta go. So I know people kind of hear us because, like, I'm kind of loud. When I get mad, I get loud. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, you gotta fucking go, bro. Like, straight up, bro. Like, you can't stay in here. He was like, man, come on, bro. Like, who the fuck told you that shit? They lying. They were young girl. I said, man, it's a nigga in here right now that say he know you, bro. And he said, goddamn, you went bananas and start messing with them goddamn young girls out there, bro. I said, I'm not staying in the cell with no damn Chester, bro. Straight like that, bro. He was like, nah, fuck that shit. Hell no, I ain't going nowhere. I said, oh, nah, your ass going somewhere, bro. You getting the fuck out of here. The hell is wrong with you? He was like, nah, I ain't going nowhere. I caught him. Bah! When I hit his ass, he ate the jump. He ate the punch. He said, pfft. Man, he left-handed. He came like this at me, but he flopped me. He flopped the shit out of me, y'all. He was like, I hit his ass. I stole him decent. Bah! I hit him right in the shit. He was like, but when he going back, he was like, he whopped my ass and he came with the left. Man, nigga came with that left. I couldn't weave it, y'all. That jump was like, that shit hit me right at my damn cheekbone. But I gathered from the shit. Me and him get the rumbling in that bitch. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Me and that nigga rumbling in that bitch. Nigga, Chester molester ass nigga. Fuck around with you, nigga. Nigga, fuck around. We in that bitch rumbling. You hear me? We in that bitch thumping. Niggas like, yo, my homeboy downstairs. He like, yo, Weezy. Hey, Weezy. What's up, bro? What's up? I'm like, nah, fuck this nigga, yo. I said, I move this Chester ass nigga in my cell, man. So I get the fuck out, bro. Nigga like, man, fuck that nigga, man. Who the fuck, man? Go ahead, man. Your roommate, man. I'm like, man, fuck this nigga. So me and that nigga got like, we like in a lock. You know what I mean? Like, I got him. He got me locked like this, but I got his head. But he got me locked. So we like this. So first I was on the wall. You know what I mean? He won't let go. I'm like, let go. Let go. Let go. So we on the wall. I'm like, let go. The bitch right under me. I said, sit down on this dumb ass. He like, so I'm putting all that pressure on his ass. Yeah. Damn, nigga. Fuck, I ain't trying to kill him though. I got him though. Like, you ain't gonna throw no blows. He like, I keep feeling him he trying to find a way out, but I got him in the jump. I hear the lady say, stand by for Empire Rep. I got his ass. Niggas like, yo, man, y'all niggas chill out, man. Y'all chill. I'm like, fuck this nigga. Fuck this nigga. I'm getting tired as a bitch. Fuck. Man, I start choking that nigga. That nigga poke his hand out that bitch. He come up out that bitch. That nigga squared off of me. Me and that nigga squared off again. We get to getting it again in that bitch. Me and that nigga, what? Yeah, what's up, nigga? What's good? What's you fucking Chester? Me and that nigga getting in that bitch. Doors open up. Old head asleep next door to us. The nigga was like, man, what the hell, y'all? And nigga came in the joint. He was like, that nigga pushed me. Boom, I went this way. He grabbed bro. He's like, y'all chill out, man. I was like, man, get that nigga, man. Get that nigga, man. You gotta get the fuck out of my sink. So now my homeboys come up. They're like, what's up, Weezy? I'm like, nah, this nigga, bro. This nigga was messing with young girls on the street, got a whole statutory gang. I said, he gotta go. Niggas like, what? Like, yeah, he gotta go. He was like, yeah, you gotta go, bro. He was like, oh, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. And he came out the pod. And they got in the pod. He went over there and started talking to his Northern Virginia homeboy. I said, yo, your homeboy goddamn Chester. Your homeboy, I put him on blast. You hear me? I said, your homeboy a Chester. Your homeboy is a Chester. Niggas like, what? I was like, yo, nah, niggas, y'all don't want to believe this nigga? He keep lying. I go to my homeboy and say, hey, man, get your ass up, man. He like, what's up, man? Come on, man. He come to the door. I'm like, man, come on. He walk up with me. I'm like, yo, man, tell these niggas what you just told me, bro. Tell them whole pod looking like, oh shit, Weezy wildin'. Nigga like, he walked up the goddamn my homeboy path. He walked up to my roommate path. He was like, man, you know what you did, man. He was like, what'd I do? He was like, man, come on, man. You messed up your whole high school career, man. Chasing young girls, man. You went to jail for it. You ain't go to jail for it. He was like, yeah, but I was young, man. You talking like I'm the R word. He said, you talking like I'm a R word. He was like, the dude said, man, it is, man. You did it. You did it, man. You did it, man. He just did like this. And he walked away. When he walked away from Path ran up behind him. That Path caught the little dude, man. He caught the little young dude, man. When he hit the little dude, man, he hit the dude so damn hard. Man, young dude straight flopped to the ground. Boom! Young dude hit the ground. Path just kept walking on him. Like it was like a drive-by punch. He was like, what? Dude hit the ground. He was like, nigga hit the ground. Path pilked on his ass, y'all. So boom! That shit was nuts. I'm like, oh my God. Shit crazy. But nah, fuck that. Let's get back to business. Bro, you getting the fuck out of here. I don't care what you did to that fucking cream puff, nigga. You not doing it to me, nigga. Hell is wrong with you? So he like, I'm like, bro, you're not coming back in this cell, bro. You better holler at the people. You better holler at the people, nigga. What the hell is wrong with you? You're not coming back in this cell, bro. He like, it ain't like that, Weezy. It ain't like that. Nah, bro. Look, bro, I don't care what you do. You're not doing it in the cell, bro. He was like, the lady closed the door. I go in there, I'm in the cell. I'm like, nah. He's standing by the jump. My homeboy's right there. I'm in that jump packing his stuff up. Oh, hell nah. You wildin', bro. Yeah. He's like, man, don't mouth like, nah, fuck that. I unscrewed that nigga cable wire. That's when you know you're getting evicted. I unscrewed this cable wire from the back of the wall. You out of here, nigga. Wrap that shit up, nigga. Yeah. Put that shit right there on the boxes. I said, yo, get the door pop. They got the door pop. Kick that nigga shit up. Nigga TV fell. That shit did a goddamn smooth step one time. Reverse. No, that shit ain't do that, but that shit hit the ground. I said, God damn, I ain't mean to fuck his TV up. His TV, I don't know what was broke, but it fell. Boom, it fell off the boxes. Yeah, and he was like, man, come on. It's like that, Weezy, man. I said, bro, you gotta fucking go, bro. So my homeboys were like, man, let's bank this nigga, bro. Fuck it, man. Take off on that nigga Weezy. I'm like, nah, not in the pod. I said, he come back in the cell. We beating his ass. We beating his monkey ass. He's like, yeah, get him in the cell. Get him in the cell. I said, bro, you're not coming back in the cell, bro. You want to come back in the cell? Come back in the cell then, nigga. I'm standing right there, backed up. I said, bring your ass in the cell, nigga. He see my homeboy. He was like, he looked down at his homeboys. He was like, his homeboys looking like, man, you don't messing with young girls, man. He was like, man, I was young, man. He was like, man, fuck that shit, man. He just walked away on his ass. I'm like, oh, shit. Goddamn, that nigga ain't come back in the cell. That nigga standing out the park. He got his boxes right there. He looking dumb as a bitch. That nigga looking dumb as shit. Goddamn. Next thing you know, stand by for child. The lady said, stand by for child. Stand by for child. Goddamn, you not coming back in this cell, bro. You done fucking, you a Chester, nigga. You out your rabbit ass mind. If you think you coming back in this goddamn cell, that nigga was mad as a bitch. Goddamn. They called child. That nigga went to child. Goddamn it. When we coming back, we see 4B, goddamn it. They right there at the fence. They stuck in the gate, you know what I mean? Because they came the long way, so they stuck like in the gate, but they can see us coming out. You know what I mean? We come out the jump. Goddamn, the young boy was like, hey, Johnny. He seen the nigga. We gonna call the nigga Johnny. I ain't gonna say his real name either. He said, hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Hey, guess who up here? My roommate Path was a little bit ahead of him. Path was like, he walked like a damn basketball player. He walked like a goddamn Michael Jordan, goddamn, yo, that half pigeon toe shit. He like, nigga, like, guess who up here? They were like, who? He was like, the nigga Path. He was like, who? Man, the nigga that, man, he loud as shit. CO's looking at the nigga that was messing with the young girls that fucked up his high school career. He like, what? We at? He was like, he up there. And nigga was like, I seen the nigga face. I'm walking by, look at the nigga face. Nigga was like, angry as a bitch, blowing smoke like this, y'all, so boom. I'll be mad too if that was my peoples and I'm running into the nigga that, you know what I mean, caught that case on my peoples. That's the word, I'll be mad too. I ain't even gonna lie, I don't give a damn, bro. You old enough to know, so it's your damn fault. I'm blaming your ass. So I would have felt the same way as dude, you know what I mean? But I'm looking at all this shit, like maybe this shit can play out in my favor because I need to get rid of this psychopath anyway. I don't want him in my damn cell. Man, man, this is my word. We come back from eating. The nigga laying in the hallway. Man, we come back from eating, dude laying in the hallway. Goddamn, the dude, Johnny like about his height, a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Looked like he done been in the can. You know what I mean? He looked like a DC nigga for real, goddamn it. That's what he looked like. Goddamn it, that's word. And it was laying in the hallway. Man, my celly goddamn come back. I wasn't even walking with him. You know what I mean? So I didn't see the beginning of this shit. But as I'm walking back into the building, I'm walking, y'all, and we just talking about that shit like, yeah, that nigga gotta get the fuck out. I don't know why you staying around. He been evicted. We walking, we get to the door. As we get closer to the door, I can just see everybody, like you can just see how people just kind of like, people moving slightly. You can tell something going on. Walking the door. Man, this is my word. I see dude and my roommate rumbling. Dude, get in my roommate door. My roommate rumbling, but it's like they all over the damn salad port. So the lady in the booth that's downstairs, she can't really see it because this is going on behind her. Now she turns around and stands up a little bit and look down, then she can see them fighting. Man, this word in that y'all rumbling hard as hell. That nigga Johnny got his ass. That nigga hit the nigga, man, this word. He hit the nigga with the old school, man. That nigga hit my roommate with the old school jump, man. They locked up because my roommate liked doing that. He locked up with my roommate. And when they locked up, man, he did the old school game, y'all. He put his leg behind his leg. Y'all remember that? The leg behind the leg game. Blah! Man, this word, he said, boom! My roommate hit the ground. Boom! His back hit the ground. Went out of him. The dude, Johnny, they right there. The door is right here to get upstairs. They in between the damn door. Man, this word, nigga, Johnny get between that nigga. Bow! Bow! I'm telling them jumps was ringing out, y'all. You hear me? Bow! 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 Nigga, you a fucking Chester, nigga. Bow, nigga. Bow, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. Bow, 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 bow. He just blacked out. He blacked out on him. This word, niggas like, yo, the police running out on Boulevard. Dude, black it out. Bow, 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 bow. Beating my roommate ass. I'm like, oh, shit. Niggas like, the police coming. I'm like, shit. Y'all know what I did. I faded the block. I went upstairs, y'all. So, boom. You already know the count. I'm dipping. I haul ass. I get upstairs. Niggas up there, niggas chilling, everybody in the parlor. Oh, shit. Man, dude beat the hell out your roommate. I'm like, man, me and that nigga rumble earlier. Niggas like, yeah, I heard y'all was rumoring, like, yeah. I was like, bro, I found out about that shit, about that nigga. Told that nigga he had to go. That nigga told me he ain't going nowhere. Niggas like, nah, you gotta go after that. You ain't do shit wrong, Weezy. You gotta go. I'm like, damn right. They gotta get the fuck out my cell. So everybody in the bar, we chilling. He was like, damn, that shit happened downstairs. But the nigga is my roommate. We had to talk chilling. He was like, I look, police coming. Police coming in the bar. They ain't say lock down, or they came right in the door. They were like, what y'all doing in here? They go up the steps. Open up cell 28. I said, hold. I go up the steps. I skip them jumps. What's up? I know what's going on, but I'm just being oblivious to this madness. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, where your roommate stuff at? I said, his stuff right here. They ain't even see it. It was on the other side of the door. I said, stuff right here. They was like, what is stuff doing? I said, I already packed his shit. They was like, why you already pack his shit? I said, because, man, he couldn't stay in my cell. They said, why he couldn't stay in your cell no more? I said, because I ain't want him to. So what happened to him downstairs? I said, I don't fucking know. The hell? You asking me all these damn questions. He was like, yeah, all right, white. He grabbed that nigga shit. Went down the steps with that shit, y'all, so boom. That nigga was out of there, man. Like, the crazy thing about him, and one of the most embarrassing things about him, and the reason why I'm telling this story is because I can remember when this man went to the damn hole. He was in cell 1 in A-pod, which means his window cell was right there on the boulevard, downstairs. And every time niggas used to go by, we coming back from child, and he'll be on the window, niggas like, yo, man, nobody get that nigga shit. That nigga goddamn Chester, bro. That nigga messing with young girls. He got a statutory game. Nah, don't get that nigga shit, bro. You fucking Chester. Niggas bombing his ass at the window. He used to be at the window like, I'll walk by and look at him like, every time we come out from child, I walk by and look at him like, and I know that sound like I was a little harsh on that one, man, but at the end of the day, man, like, I'm not living in the room with a Chester. Y'all know the rest of the words. I'm not living in the room with a Chester. It's not going to happen. I don't care how it happened or why it happened, bro. If you was messing with young girls, bro, that's your problem, bro. You got to deal with that. You gotta be on, you know what I mean, registered to the state and do all this now. And you got a fresh new case. So I don't have nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, I just was mad at bro because he didn't keep it a band. Like, he should have just told me and gave me the option. I would have told him right then and there, you can't come in this room. But he didn't. So that's why I got physical. I didn't want it to. And he rumbled back. He wasn't no punk or nothing. If you ever watching this path, you definitely rumble. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, bro, you got the hell out my cell, bro. You couldn't stay in there, man. And I couldn't live with that guy no more, y'all. And that nigga was out of there. And that's the end of the damn story. I appreciate y'all for watching as always, man. Y'all know the count, man. I need y'all to stay out the way out here, man. It's our best option. It's our only option. It's either stay out the way or go to jail. Which one would y'all want to do? I want to stay the hell out of the way because I'm never going back to jail. I've been there. I never want to go. I'm telling stories about this madness. Y'all better take these stories, man, and listen to what I'm saying, because this is the place you'll be going to if you ruin your life. I want you to stay out the way and have a good life, not ruin your life. I want you to have a good life, man. So stay out here, keep moving right, man. Make the right decisions and you'll last. Don't be out here thinking you're going to be able to hustle for the next 20 years straight without the police knocking at your door. Don't think you're going to be out here for the next 10 years, think you're going to scam and the police don't knock at your door. Don't think you ain't going to be out here robbing and somebody else probably knock at your door, man. We got to stay out the way, man, because things are terrible out here, man. I don't want to see nothing happen to y'all, man. Like, I want to see y'all chilling and just living a great life, man. So just stay out the way from me, y'all. Please, man. Period. But y'all already know the count, man. It's the Thursday banger game. So you already know what I need y'all to do with this one, right? Like, share, subscribe to this one, y'all. Let's get this. Let's go. But y'all be safe, man. And stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.